Hello, everybody. Welcome to yet another great episode on the Z Education Podcast. And my name still remains Andrew Banda. And I'm glad that today we have another conversation that affects you, if not you, the person next to you. Today we are going to go into a real life situation with my guest who chooses courage rather than silence, forgiveness and redemption over shame. So today my guest is no other. What's your middle name? Yes, you mentioned the middle name last week.
Yes, so my full names, let me just say.
Okay, yes.
So my full names are Shummuel
Yes.
Mulenga Bukata Chanda.
Bukata.
Yes.
I was shocked when you choose Bukata.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Shummuel,
Yes, Shummuel.
is it a Bible name?
Yes, you find it in it's Hebrew for Samuel.
It's Hebrew.
Yes.
Or for Samuel?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
It's the first time I'm hearing Shummuel.
Yeah.
Okay, and you spell it S-H?
SHU
U?
M.
Double M?
Yeah, MUEL.
U-A-L.
Yes.
Okay, so Samuel, but Shummuel.
Shummuel. Yes. Perfect.
Shummuel. Tongue twister. Shummuel, welcome.
Thank you.
I know we spent last week together.
Yeah.
And Friday you disappeared.
Yeah.
Is it a Friday Njikata? Because I saw you then. Pew, you disappeared.
True. No, actually, I was attending a funeral that was.
Oh, shame.
Yes.
Okay. Where?
At the Pop Square. So the Mr. Chita Chibesakunda.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
So we were there.
Oh, is he a relation of yours?
A distant relative.
Okay.
Yes. Some that's my cousins. Some of my cousins' uncle.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Makes sense. Because I noticed I saw you,
Yes. I did. I was there.
but
And I
you
think
disappeared. I'm thinking Friday. Okay, Shumel.
Yes.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Yeah.
And I would want us to really have a good, candid conversation around this.
That's why we're here.
My surprise, first of all, you are born and raised on the Copperbelt or Lusaka?
I was born on the Copperbelt.
Copperbelt, where exactly?
I was born in Ndola. Moved.
Yes,
to-
man. Go. That's Mandola here. Okay.
Yes. So then moved to Chingola, I think, when I was around 7 or so.
Okay.
Yeah, 5, 7. And then stayed in Chingola, I think, up to the time I left for school.
Okay.
China.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why I like this is when I was thinking about how I was going to introduce this episode,
Right.
I was going to say it this way. I was going to say that our guest today has been to hell and back.
Very fit.
And that is where I want to start from.
Yeah.
You did your schooling in Chingola or you started here in Lusaka?
Tertiary?
No, primary.
Primary, I started, of course, I had to start in Ndola.
In Ndola.
Ndola.
Where? Can I guess?
Try.
You strike me like Simba and Sansa. Let me. So there was Simba and Sansa, Ndola Trust,
Ndola Trust.
or modern clothes. I think sometime back.
No.
Yeah.
I did not go to those schools though.
Okay.
I actually went to the first school that I remember is I went to Muzi.
Or Mozi Trust.
Yeah.
Is it the Trust? Okay, Mozi. Yes. Okay.
Muzi is the school that I went to. Then from Muzi, I went to a couple of schools here and there.
Okay.
Yeah, then of course now we moved to Chingola.
Chingola.
Yeah.
Okay.
That should have been grade 2.
Atabana God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Chingola High School. Where did you?
My high school was I did my high school actually like a few boys.
Okay.
Yeah, so grade 8, that was 2010. I went to there's a school in the southern province called Luengu.
Okay.
Yes, so then I did my grade 8 and 9 there. Then grade 10 to 12 I went to Kafio Boys, of course.
Okay. Kafio Boys, that is where now your life journey
Yes.
starts to take turns.
Exactly, right after.
So I don't want to preempt all your story.
Yeah.
I want you to, I think, bring it out to the audience. You are in school in year grade 10 to 12 at Kafio Boys.
Yes.
And of course, this is the first time you're going to boarding school?
No,
Was
I was already in boarding school.
You're already in boarding school.
Yes.
So grade 8 and 9 at the same school?
No. So 8 and 9 years I was at the school on the southern province.
Southern province, that's mission.
Yes.
But 10, 12, you go to Kafio Boys.
Yes.
So you are now a guru of boarding school life.
Yes.
What changed when you got to that school? Friends? Did you carry some friends from the previous school to this school? What changed?
Oh, well, okay. I mean, that's actually an interesting question if you ask me. So that's so the school I was at was an international school,
Mm.
grade 8 and 9. And then the funny thing was that even before I got to Kafio, we used to laugh at Kafio boys, say, people there get raped, and all these kind of things, But then then the news finally came to me to say, you're actually going to that school. Now I can only imagine what that can feel like as a kid, So that was a little bit devastating, because I always put it in my mind that I'll go back to that school. Maybe I'll spend a term here. Yeah, I was in denial like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But as time kept on going, I ended up enjoying the school. I did not have anybody joining me from the school I was at, but there were people that came before me, like they were at Luengu, like grade 7 in primary.
Okay.
Then they went to Kafio Boys. So I found some people
see.
there who already knew the school.
Ah.
Yes, so in that way I knew some people.
Okay.
Yeah,
So at
but
least you
otherwise,
settled in at least.
yes, I mean, it was okay, actually. I think I loved it.
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay. And what kind of student were you? Were you the bully? Were you the quiet one? Were you the active one?
I was quite active. I was quite
Okay.
active. Yeah, a lot of the people that I went to school with, especially the grade 8s when I was there, found me to be. I was quite famous in school. Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I was
For?
for rugby, of course.
Oh, for rugby.
Yes.
Okay.
I was quite good. Yeah, I've been quite good at the sport. So people enjoyed it like that. I was kind of a bully, but a bully that people enjoyed.
I once tried rugby.
Yeah.
Was it I think grade 8 or 9
Yeah.
or 10. So there's that thing of engaging
Yes.
where
The scrum.
then we went. Oh, but there are people who are time of fire. One guy hit me here. I never stepped back.
And that was it.
Yeah, that was it. So I give you kudos for that. Now,
Yeah.
Shummuel, for young people,
Right.
the issue of drug abuse, alcohol addiction is just but a story that they hear from church.
Oh yes.
To say, stay away from this.
Oh yes.
So, how was your journey with regards to substance abuse, and when did it start?
Okay. So, I would want to believe that when we talk about alcohol, this is something I always saw, of course, people drink here and there. And so I've always been a curious person, and if I'm told to do something and I really want to do it, I'll always like, okay, let me try it for myself, you know. So this is something I always like tasted alcohol when I was very little, okay, there's a bottle lying down there. Okay, let me try it. If there's something left in there, I'll try
The
it.
remnants.
Yes. So I've always been just that curious person. But then it came a point when, like, this was, after my grade, of course, grade 9, and I go back home and I find that some of my friends, like my closest friends, two of my closest friends are drinking. And I'm like, they say, yo, we need to go and drink. I said, what? You drink? So, I mean, like, if these are my friends, if they drink, I can also do it, and besides, what harm could come out of it? Everybody drinks. Yeah, and that's the beginning of a downward spiral, that I'm sure we'll get into later on. Yeah, but that's basically how it began for me.
Okay.
Yes, and it kept on increasing as years went by. So
do you carry those habits into your secondary school period, 10 to 12?
Yes, so when the very first day that I drank, I got drunk, and then
I'm curious, what did you drink?
So when
like your first encounter,
my very first like drinking together. So what happened when those friends of mine said we drink? So we said, okay, let's go to town. This is Chingola. Let's go to town, and get something. And we ended up buying there were sachets, those officer sachets.
Hey,
those
ones.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, yes.
So we, because they were cheaper, of course. Yes.
Yeah.
So we got those.
And discreet in a way.
Yes, and they were very discreet, yes, and you could buy them anywhere, yes. So that's what we did. I think we got, four sachets, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So, I don't know how to drink alcohol. I don't know what happens when someone is drinking alcohol. So I tear this thing and I just go,
squeeze it.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, this stuff is really not nice, It's really bitter, but okay, whatever, I open it again. I open another one, and I think I drank 4 of them, straight. I'm like, I don't feel anything. So we continued moving. We sat down somewhere, chatting, and then I just feel my legs. Yeah, I tried to stand up, and my legs went, so
Sorry, I'm laughing.
no, it's okay. It's okay. It's something to laugh at right now. So my legs go, and there's this elderly guy that found us seated there. There's one of these guys who's just like doesn't do anything. He's always moving around. So he says, "Yo, stop faking it." I'm like, faking what? I'm really gone. So at that point, now I was just like, now I got scared. Like, what's happening to me?
So were your friends laughing or what? Because I see some people who laugh when
the thing is that they were laughing in the beginning.
Okay.
But then
it became serious.
It became serious because I started crying. Said, I want to go home, I want to go home. Like, I don't feel safe right now. Yeah, so I went back. They carried me home, took me to one of my friends' places just to, freshen up, sleep a bit before, of course, my mother would come back because, like, all of my friends were afraid of my mother. Yeah. So before your mother comes back, rest, sleep a little. And then now the funny part came is that I felt, I'm okay now. I can go back home. I went back home. I turned on I want to shower, I want to bath. So I turned on the tap. And I'm like relaxed, And then the next thing I hear, gung, 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 gung. Like,
yeah.
Yo, you're sleeping in the bathroom, imagine.
In the tub?
Yeah, with water running. And it was flowing, out. Yeah, and that was such a scary scene because, like, what if?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or you just sleep inside would have drowned.
Exactly, because like the water was literally right here the time I woke up, And
so you slept?
I slept.
And you don't know how long it took?
I don't know how long it took. And then my mother came in. She said, "Why are you sleeping?" I said, "I was tired." She said, "No, you were drinking, And after that, of course, it was something that went bad. I was spoken to. After that, I didn't drink for I think about a year or 2.
Okay.
Yeah. So
at this point, where are you still in high school?
This is right after grade 9.
After grade 9?
Right after the exams, yes. So going into grade 10 now.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did, just at this early, because you're a young boy.
Yeah.
How did that affect your social life, especially with your mom?
Well, she at that point in time, it's I think it's a point where I don't know, I can't speak for girls, but boys become rebellious at that point. Yeah, so you start feeling like you're a man, and so that's exactly how I started feeling. There were some things that we clashed. Yes, we clashed here and there. We couldn't just get along.
Okay.
Yeah. So and I would just do what I wanted.
Okay.
At that point. Yeah. So that was the relationship we had.
Okay.
It was rocky.
So you're 9. You now change school. You're in Kafio Boys.
Now I go to Kafio Boys. Yeah.
Does that habit continue? How do you navigate?
Yeah.
Through school.
Okay. So as I entered grade 10, of course, year 10 was I was like, I don't drink like that. I didn't even like the experience that I had at that time. So I was like, quite skeptical about it. But as time went by, it's also at that time, I don't know how it is. I don't want to speak or generalize it. Yeah, but it was a cool thing for somebody who's drinking, So, we get into this here and there. That's after grade 10, of course, grade 11, yeah. We start some of these things, drinking, here and there, of course, and smoking as well.
So I'm curious, you're in a boarding school. Where would you get the alcohol from? Would you sneak some sachets with you, or you would make arrangements with the local people?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
So how we would do it was we would actually leave. This is like on the weekend. You'd mention because I didn't. It was not that safe to drink in school. You know, yeah. So what we would do is would sneak out, go into Kafio town, and have some drinks, of course, in the clubs and what. Yeah. Other than that, what would happen at school would be probably smoking. Okay. Yeah, but other than that, no, we didn't used to drink in school. We'd drink outside and come back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did this not affect your exams?
My grades?
Yeah. Your grades for grade 12.
My mock did. Okay, so growing up, I was not always like that student. Yes, I was always like an average student, yes. But then with these habits, you think that you're trying to do well, and then the mock exam came and it truly mocked me. So I thought, writing that exam, I thought I was going to do quite like I thought I was going to do well.
Yeah. Why do we call it mock?
I think because
From what you said, it was the mock exam mocked you.
I believe that's
Yeah.
what it's for. And
Check the origin for mock exams. Yeah, you should check and let us know. Okay.
yeah, and that it's even the harder one. Yeah, from what we know. Yeah, so this happened and I failed terribly. I think I should have gotten like what 24 points. Yeah, on the mock. Yeah. But then after that, you start trying to balance things up. It in school, of course, in boarding school, you can't really become like a junkie or something. Yeah, because it's very restricted. Every
Your movement is
yes,
controlled.
Yes, each and every hour is controlled.
Yeah.
So you can't really have the time to move out.
Okay.
Yeah, and this only happened because the grade 12s left. Yes, and so we remained as
the seniors.
Yes, as the seniors in grade 11. So that's when it started. And
Okay.
from there on, even when we came back in grade 12, I was not that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So grade 12 is done.
Yeah.
Which career pathway did you want to pick, like in professional career? What were your aspirations?
Medicine.
medicine.
Something I wanted to do. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Was
And is there an inspiration as to why you chose that field?
medicine.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I mean, it's something that I felt I really wanted. Yeah. It spoke to me at the time, of course. And I have we have two doctors in the family.
The family.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it felt natural anyway. Yeah. Even the career guidance advised me to do that as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was quite good in those subjects.
Smart man. Anyone from Dollar is smart.
Yeah.
Okay. So from there, you are done with high school. Medicine is on the horizon.
Yes.
What then? I think Apex should have been around. UNZA is there. Gush University is there.
Right.
What was your destination or school of choice in terms of tertiary education?
Okay, so it was predetermined that I was going to go out of the country to study the medicine. Yeah, because my family just decided that I would do that. Yes.
So what was your country of choice? I'm changing now. What was the country of choice or predetermined? Which country did you?
For me, I wanted to go like England.
Oh, okay.
That's where I wanted to go, but China was what was favorable
Okay.
at the moment, and I mean I was okay with it.
Okay.
I did not mind going to China.
Okay. So did you go to China?
Yes.
Okay.
That's where they took me.
Okay.
But the story of the alcohol, it got worse after grade 12.
Okay. The gap year.
Yes, that gap year. So you see, it's that thing of what, now I'm done, and I'm no longer
I'm a big man.
I'm a big man. Exactly. I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
So the drinking just became heavy because now I was bored. I was not being told what to do. I always did very well with instruction.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I'm put in an environment that says, okay, now this is what we have to do, that was always better for me. But now I have nothing else to do.
So I'm very curious, who was buying the alcohol and whose money were you using?
That money can come from anywhere, because as boys you become crafty.
Okay.
Yeah, so it could be a friend of yours has some money, and we're not going to buy things like bottles that cost 1,000 or anything. I mean, although that time Jameson was quite cheap. Yeah, it should have been like 350.
Okay.
So we would opt for that if we have some money on us. Yeah.
Okay.
But normally this is how it would be. You would find that you have some 50 kwaches on you here and there. Yeah.
2 questions. Did you ever sell anything for alcohol?
No.
Okay. Did you ever lie to your mom or ask for some money for something else, but you knew this
Yeah,
is for the bottle?
Definitely. Many times. Many times.
Okay. So in the gap year, how did it get worse and to what extent?
So in the gap year, I just like I've mentioned, it's something that I was so free, and everybody pressured me so much about, oh, you don't do so well, and I quite like shocked them with my final results. I mean, compared to what I used to do to what they got, they were like, okay, you know what, I think this is okay.
Can't argue.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie. Yeah.
Let's not pressure you too much about this. Yeah. So I became quite relaxed. I was free to do what I could do. And then now it started, I started drinking here and there. And right before I left, I think should have been like a month away from leaving. And I get caught, I had drunk a full wine bottle, Yeah. And I was like, how did you drink a whole wine bottle, at that age? Why are you even drinking that? I mean, what happens if you go out?
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to bring some lessons out of this. Where did you get the wine bottle from?
Oh, okay, at home.
At home.
Yes, they were there.
So you stole the bottle because it was not yours.
No. Yeah, of course.
Okay,
course.
help yourself.
I said, these things are here, so I got one, and I started drinking it. And I really did drink it because, that's one funny thing. As we go on, of course, I'll elaborate more on it. But, I always found it better to drink alone.
So, Shummuel, for me, I'm thinking people drink for different reasons.
Yes.
Others would drink to bury their sorrows.
Yes.
Yeah, you were dumped.
Yes.
You were fired, so you just want to forget your sorrows. Others would drink maybe out of depression.
Yes.
Others would drink just for the sake of excitement or the thrill. I do not know, but those are the reasons that I know. Were you depressed for you to have drunk a whole bottle of wine alone at that age?
I wouldn't call it depressed because I don't, even looking back now, in retrospect, you would see that I think I could have been depressed at that point, but I don't see a reason why I would have been depressed.
So for you, it was just like excitement.
Yes, it was just something that I love to do, and while at it, I would normally just watch something. I sit alone and that was that was my enjoyment. So yeah.
So a month before you left, you drank that full
bottle. I had been drinking, of course, but that time I was caught.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were caught.
I was caught.
Who discovered you, Mom?
No. It was my dad.
Yeah. I see. So what did you do? Were you too quiet, or you were too vulgar? How did he find out?
They didn't find me actually with it. They had found that I had
somebody drunk.
I had drank it. The wine bottles have that cork, right? Yes.
Yeah.
So when I took it out, it was kind of mushed, but I felt lazy to like pick up the yes, and throw them, discard of them. But then they were found there, and and the help said, no, we found this
Shummuel's room.
Okay. So it's like, okay. How? So you finished it, and that's how I got caught on that.
Okay. A month later, you are off to China.
Yeah.
To study medicine.
Yes.
Which state did you go to?
I was in Ningxia. Ningxia province.
So you get there. What's life like?
So I get there, I always thought that this is the first time I'm traveling out, and I always think that, when people talk about, oh, I'm going abroad, I thought that maybe this is like some life-changing experience, I'm excited to go to China now, like when I get there, everything's going to be so different. And when I got there, I kid you not, it just felt like I've moved. Nothing changed anyway. I was just in a different place.
Okay.
It's it wasn't something that was too shocking. However, the culture was quite different. So I got there and it's easier there to smoke. Yeah. And I mean, I was away.
Plus the freedom.
Yes, the freedom. I always say, I didn't have my parents to say, oh, I'm coming to see you tomorrow. They were so far away, and before they come, I would obviously clean up my act, before they ever saw anything. Yeah, so I was quite free, and I started smoking so much, then drinking. I started drinking occasionally here and there, that's like, okay, for fun, you're here. And when I was sent that side, I was sent there with a lot of money. Yeah, which I had no idea how to handle. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was reckless with it. I just buy alcohol, in the club or something like that. Yeah. And that continued, First year, second year got worse, third year even worse, and yeah.
were you attending classes? Because I'm wondering.
Yeah.
You have money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have your drink on you.
Yes, yes.
First year, second year, third year,
Third.
which tells me you did the Chinese language training pre. What do you call it?
Yeah.
Like the first year, did you do, or you had an English speaking university?
Yeah. So I went into the English speaking.
Okay.
Yes, but you learn conversational Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, when you're there. Yeah.
Okay, which is good. So first year you're still drinking.
First
Do
year I
you
was
pass?
drinking. Yes, of course.
So you were clearing the
Yes,
exam.
yes.
Okay.
It's only starting from second year is when I was not too good.
Okay, what changed?
Yeah, because now my drinking became more. I started drinking more than I was going to class. And I literally forgot why I was there, if you can say that. I knew I was there for school, but like it wasn't just important to me anymore. I thought it's a bit drinking for me was more exciting.
Okay.
So I started to drink, and before I knew it, it was hospital cases on hospital cases,
Hospital. What? So would you? Is it OD? Can you OD on alcohol?
Yeah, you can OD on.
So was that the level that you reached?
No. So the level that I reached at was not OD, rather it was more like how can I say it? Also, consuming alcohol excessively.
Okay.
Will alcohol is a toxin, right?
Yes.
Yeah, especially spirits.
Yes.
So as that keeps going into
also you're drinking spirits more.
Yes, spirits.
Okay.
No, actually spirits is all I would drink.
So and the alcohol content for that is way
quite high. At some point, some Chinese friends, we tried this alcohol. It's literally called 98.
98?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can guess what that is.
So
98%
of alcohol.
Imagine that's.
So you drink like tots those
yeah. That's all you do. That's all you have to do because you can't drink more than that.
Okay.
Yes.
And you had Chinese friends who would also drink.
Yes, of course. Those were my friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nobody else, So I actually became an MC that side, like in the club,
Oh, really?
Yeah. I became an MC in the club.
Okay.
A DJ.
What was the DJ name?
MC Beast.
MC Beast. Okay.
Yeah. So that happened, and it was a not even a roller coaster from first year. First year was good. The sad part was that many of my friends, even the smart ones, would actually say, "Oh, I think this you're quite smart, but
you're wasting it."
Yeah, wasting it. Yeah, because even friends who I started drinking with, who were drinking, who you would say, this guy drinks a lot, started saying, man, this guy drinks too much. Yeah, you can only imagine.
I want to understand, Shummuel.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to say you became an addict.
Yes, no, it is.
Could you hear the appeal to you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you hear that, okay, I think I'm worse, or it was just passing from inside there to under the like, were you in a space where you could see that, okay, but if I look where I wasn't, where I think I'm worse, or you were okay?
No, it's you definitely know. And that's something that we need to address because, most people think addiction and mental health are two separate things, but it's just the same thing.
Just the same.
Yes.
How can you explain that?
So, when someone is addicted, I'll start with giving an example of a cigarette. A cigarette has got a chemical, nicotine.
Mm-hmm.
And nicotine is something that's addictive to the body. So when someone keeps taking it, the brain rewires itself and wants that.
Okay.
So it's not like you even feel good for smoking, but rather it's just because your body's used and needs it.
And it feels like it's part.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So you need it. And that is why people crave. And then they become addicted.
Okay.
And so it's the same with alcohol. Once you drink, you get that dopamine, you feel nice. And that's what people get hooked to. Not the alcohol itself. It's just that feeling that they have. Yeah. And you see, most people think that, I'm okay right now. I can actually stop this habit if I wanted to. But none of them can. And today, if you ask me, everybody, I can literally bet my life on that. Everybody that smokes and drinks more than even like weekly is addicted, and they find it hard to stop. Okay. And they don't like it.
So they know. You remember what I was talking about last week?
Yeah.
You know the value, but you don't have the power to.
Exactly.
Because it's now wired into.
Yes, exactly.
So you say you became a visitor to the hospital, like you have a hospital case.
Frequent visits, yes.
Would you highlight to me the worst of those visits, or what it took? What did you do? What did you drink? And what was the issue? What's the problem?
I'd say the worst in China, but some of the worst happened here.
Here in Zambia.
When I was at CBU, actually.
No, before we're in China. You're
Yes.
thinking 98.
98.
Yeah, 98.
Yes.
If you're in China, Zambian students, stay away from 98.
Please,
Okay,
please,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So in China, what happened the first time? I think I'll just jump to the last time.
Okay.
The worst.
Yeah.
So, I started feeling something, in my stomach. So I had already been to hospital about 2-3 times. Yeah. The first time it was the same. Then second, the two in between were like alcohol-induced gastritis. But then the last one was I went, and right before that, I actually got alcohol poisoning and I started hallucinating for a week straight. Yeah.
What is alcohol poisoning? Like you had too much in your system?
Yes, you have too much in your system and now it just messes with your brain and you start seeing things, hearing things, and hallucinating. I tell you, I was hallucinating for a week straight, and when people start talking to me, I would hold my like my hand on my ear, and I would start talking to these people, and it was just as real as us talking right now.
Oh,
yeah, that's how real.
So these people, what do they sound like?
No,
are they aliens? Are they voices we can recognize? No. So I don't want this. So listen, I want this episode to be more about lessons, and not blame.
Yes.
So I'm meeting someone who's been hallucinating before.
Yes.
I'm wondering, are they speaking English, in Chinese? For you to talk to them.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good question. So what I was hallucinating about was it was not people that were distant, people that I did not know. It was people that I knew, my friends, actually, who I was with there. So I would be in my room and I'm thinking one of my friends is talking to me. So I start talking to them, yeah, and the conversation would continue, and it was so real. But at some point I just started feeling like I'm just losing my mind, like I started like, this is not okay, it's not normal. And as time went by, it should have been, I think, 3 days into it, I was trying to go like upstairs to one of my friends to get a cigarette, and I just started fitting, a seizure caught me right there. Yeah, because I understood why, because the brain is made up, like, has got some electricity running through it, so it became like a short circuit, and just like that, I started fitting. They took me to the hospital. I didn't want to say that I was crazy, because to me, those voices told me, if you say that,
go on.
You're hallucinating, they'll make you stay in some psych ward or something, and nobody wants to get in that.
That's funny.
Yeah, so
voices, it's like they have a conscience to say, dude.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, I just felt like, and the thing is that I felt like my every move was being watched. No sense of privacy at all. And I really was in a bad time at that time. So right after that, of course, I hallucinated for about 5 days. After that, then I started drinking again,
You went back?
I went back. I mean, it was not even...
You mentioned you wanted to go and get a cigarette from your friend. Was it split? Or something?
So I mean, it was both. At that time, it was just a cigarette, though.
Just a cigarette.
It was just a normal cigarette.
Okay, so you went back to drink.
I went back to drink, and I started having some alcohol here and there. So as I continued, now at that time, all I was doing was just drink, sleep, drink. Literally.
School?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I stopped going to school. And people start looking down on you because, like,
you're a junkie.
Yeah, you're a junkie.
In a foreign country.
Yeah. And what are people going to benefit from you? Nothing. And so now that's why people continue to drink, because it's not just as easy as, okay, people are looking down on me, you know what, let me stop.
Yeah.
No. So
now try and forget this shame.
Yeah, like, you know what, I'll just continue. And also because you can't stop, because you're addicted. Yeah, it's in your system now. Yeah, so it has to take a lot to change. Yeah, so Um,
And if your parents go check up on you, so would you like be in character? Say, "Hi, mom, I'm
yeah.
well. School is hard."
I wish I would, but like my roommate was my cousin. Yeah,
So
so
he'll cover for you.
no, he would just tell them, say, he's lost his mind. This guy, he's wasting money here, Yeah, but that time it had already gotten worse. When we started out, it was normal. Like, oh, you know what? Let's go and have fun here. We drink normally. At that time we would just drink what is considered to be normal. And then as time went by, now I stopped going to class. He started saying, "But like, why are you here?" Then, I think you need to go back.
But you would literally say,
Yeah, he would
better you go back.
Yeah, he would tell me this. So I think it's best you go back because you're wasting money.
Okay.
Like this. And it's like, okay, I want to stop, but how?
You can.
Yeah.
So the last time you're in the hospital, what did they find? Because
Oh yes. So now back to this. So the last time now I start drinking. Now this is when I start drinking, sleep, drink, sleep.
Yeah.
And it got so worse that it got so bad that I would actually go into some shops nearby, and I actually picked up the skill of borrowing from the store owners and tell them, "Look, I'm a student at the university, and I'll give you back your money. Just give me some of these bottles and a pack of cigarettes." And I would go, and so that's that. I would buy in advance for when I wake up. Yeah, that's what I would do. So at this point now, I start feeling some pain, and I said, I know what this is. So I rush to the hospital, and they tell me, unfortunately, we can't treat you because you need a lot of tests. You need a lot of tests for this. And so now they just put me on the side, and I think I call my cousin. Yeah, because I said if I call him, everything else will be sorted out. He'll make the necessary calls. And so I'm there, in pain, and he comes there, and then now they say the amount to be paid at that time, that was 2018, they say 60,000 must be paid.
Kwacha.
Yes. On the spot.
Just
Can you
for
imagine?
tests.
Yeah, just for tests and treatment, of course. Yes. This is how much has to be paid on the spot. You see, money is not something that you just pick out from anywhere. You have to plan for this. And so on the spot, now that becomes tricky. So they have to start running around my family. And they did that. And I got treated. So I was in the ICU for 5 days. Yeah. And
what were they treating?
So the pancreatitis. I had pancreatitis. It comes from excessive alcohol drinking. Yes. Yeah. It's something like an inflammation of the pancreas. Yeah. It's the worst kind of pain you can ever feel. You wouldn't even wish it on your worst enemy. It's like charcoal, red hot, and then open it,
then put it in,
and right there, and
you can't scratch.
No, you can't scratch. There's no position to sit in that's going to help it. It hurts.
Okay.
Yeah. And so that happened. So I was treated, and I was given medication for a week straight. I actually was not eating. All my nutrients were going through
tubes,
the IV. Yeah. So that's all. I was not supposed to eat. Yeah. And they treated it, and they told me, you know what, this is the last time you're ever going to survive something like this. The next time you have it, you die.
Okay.
I said, okay, you know what, I'm done drinking. And I went back. It's into school now. I went back into school. Now
a lot of catching up as a medical student.
Yes.
And
yes.
This is the third year or second year?
This is my third year now.
Yeah.
This is my third year, and by that time now, it's just like I'm basically not a student. Yeah, I don't know what's happening in class. I would attend class here and there, but then I go back, trying to catch up and what. But then my family said, I think, come back. Yeah, just come back. Mention to the administration that you're coming back. Yeah, tell them all that. So I did that, and I was like, I think it's good for me because I also knew that I'm not going to survive if I continue like this. So I said, you know what, it's better that I go back home.
And you left medical school?
Yes, I did.
I'm trying to imagine. You arrive at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport.
Yeah.
who's receiving you, and what are the faces showing? Are they showing disappointment, disgust? Are they showing joy and happiness? Give me how that went.
So I'm coming back, and I'm thinking to myself, you see, because actually the night before I was traveling, I had something to drink.
Anyway.
Yeah,
for
like for the road, like guys, I'm leaving, so let's cheers, and so I was feeling a little bit, So as I came back, I had to spend some time in Dubai, of course, transit, but then when I landed, I was expecting that, like what you think, people disappointed, but my family was quite excited to see me, they were just happy, like, we want you back, so that we can at least watch over
you.
Yes, and that's how it was. They received me with open arms, and it was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was not expecting that either.
Okay.
But that's how it went. Yeah.
So arrived. For the lack of a better term, the prodigal son is back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you come back.
Yes.
Are you still in Chingola?
No, now in Lusaka.
Yeah, in Lusaka.
Yes.
So what next? Because I am thinking, Shummuel tualikupera chance yake ya ku school.
Yes.
You blew it.
Yeah.
Back of ka business.
Hey,
so what next at this point? Do you still have the appetite to go to school? Do you get into counseling, and what happens?
So I think at that time, the information that we all had, like myself and my family, I think it was something that was like, okay, you know what? I think it's because he was in China, and he had too much freedom. So when he comes back, he'll be all right. And I thought the same as well. And so when I came back, it was like, okay, so what do you want to do? I said, you know what? I think let me do something with business, because everyone here is doing business. Most family members that have something to do with business. So let me study business administration.
Oh, okay.
So what was opted for me was that, okay, you know what? Go and continue medicine at Ridgeway. Get your papers from the China, university, yes, and then continue. And then that became a hustle, to do, from their side, and even just admission into Ridgeway as well. So that didn't work. So that's how I just said, you know what, I think I'll just go and do business administration.
Okay.
At CBU. So
Kitwe.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So September we're in. And so that's
as a fresh.
Yes. Now that's why it just became something else, man, because one is that I was not over the fact that I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was still in denial.
Yes.
Anyway.
Like I'm really back, and I just, somehow, some way, like, can't I go back, something like this, And then when I went to CBU now, I find my juniors there,
Which
like,
juniors?
Juniors who were like 3 years.
Oh, the kids you left in high school?
Yes, kids I left in high school,
And at this point, are they ahead of you or you are same class?
Some were actually ahead of me. Some were actually ahead of me, Some were ahead of me, and then some who were like 3 years back, we were in the same class, and I'm thinking, man, this is like, because in school they used to call me Beast because of rugby. So a beast.
A beast.
We're in the same class, so it became crazy also because I was also just like ashamed. Yeah, it's like, okay, you're back from China, but what is there for you to show?
And did some know that you were in China?
Yes, I mean, everybody knew.
So everyone has said, but the one of China is
this is sticky. What happened? What happened to you?
I see.
Yes, and so it's shame as well. So I was just finding it very hard, and I was very bitter.
Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Were you housed on campus, or you were?
No. I was at a boarding house.
Okay.
Yes, so I was finding it very hard to cope, and so I think I went to class. The very few times of class, but sometimes I would even go to class drunk, and then finally. Yeah.
You'd go to class drunk?
Yes.
So meaning even at CBU you were drinking?
Oh, man, it was even worse. CBU was worse, actually. I think it was the worst. I think that's why I don't even like the school itself.
You don't like CBU?
Yes, I don't like it. Not because the school is bad, but just like the experience I had there was terrible. Terrible, I tell you. So when I got there, actually I didn't even stop drinking. When I came back, I think I spent a month or two, a month probably. Yeah, and I went back to drinking. Drinking and drinking. went to CBU, what before CBU I would have like, some gastritis. I'll go to the hospital.
You're an expert. You knew how to.
Yeah, that I even, So then I went to CBU now and I started attending a few classes here and there. But then I just completely shut down again, and started drinking. And then I got the pancreatitis came back again.
Okay. So you relapsed.
I relapsed.
Yeah.
Heavy, and when that happened, I went back into hospital. I was admitted for three nights. Yeah, and one is that that you messed up. You were hiding it. You thought people would not find out, but then now they know because they would know.
Yeah. Life, Shuma, I'm trying to really understand. Life has got like second chances.
Yes.
And this is, you have a second chance. And you squander the second chance again.
Yes, hammered it. And you've only just heard the tip, actually.
Okay.
So this is what happened,
This is first year.
It's first year. This is the end of 2018. Yeah, September. Then 2019, the whole lot of 2019. I was here. So this is my first year at CBU, and all I'm doing is just drinking, smoking, and getting sick. I think I went for pancreatitis about 3 times at CBU. Yeah. And the worst one was that I got sick, but this was the time that they were called supplement exams. So now, yes. So funny thing is that, like the whole year, you have to pay like half, is it half? Yes. Yeah. So that was coming to about 15,000. So that was paid. And then it's like, okay, we'll be paying the rest. You'll be letting us know when to pay the rest. So that's the task my family left with me. So as time went by, I got lost into drinking and what. And the day before the exams, I told them, oh,
we need the
15,000. They said, how? Where were you this whole time?
Yes.
Where were you this whole time? I mean, how can you just say that? I think you're scared of writing exams. And I was like, okay, yeah, they might be right. I'm scared to write the exams, but I also just was not serious about it, And so that's how that happened. I ended up deferring the exams and writing the supplementary exams. So when I went back to write the subs, I got sick. And so what happens is that when you get sick as a student, when the school is open, you're treated.
Yeah.
Under something like, the students. Yeah. So at that time, school is closed. So I think, okay, now I'm sick. I think maybe let me go to the hospital. They'll treat me because I'm a student. And they say, unfortunately, we can't do that. And I thought that, okay, if I go to the hospital now, I'll be treated and my family won't have to know.
Yeah.
And then now,
cover up.
Yes. And then they say, no, actually, at the moment, we can't do that because the school is closed. So now your parents have to know. And I think, man, I mean, it happened. It was not a good time. Honestly, even for me, the pain was just too much. But even worse off is thinking of the people, who care so much about you, who hold you in, like high esteem, and you're letting them down like that.
Are you the only child?
No, I have a younger one.
Are you the firstborn?
Yes, I am. Yes.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a son.
Yeah.
So I felt that speech saying, oh Lord. Okay.
Yes. So that's how, I got into hospital, and of course everybody came, they saw me and they said, but why are you doing this? Yet again I was told that I would.
Did you get some prayers, sir?
Actually, we've been praying, man. We've been praying since. My father was a pastor.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I think the name also can give it away.
Yeah.
So it's something that we've always been rooted in. Faith is something we've been praying, man. And it was just something that was quite hard for me to get over.
So CBU as a monk. So did you ever take any other drugs away from alcohol and cigarettes or anything?
Or marijuana?
Yeah.
This
journey.
In China.
in China.
Yes.
But not here.
Not here, no.
Okay, so
yeah,
just
stuck to just those 3 years.
So first year, do you go into the following year?
No, so those supplement exams, I went there and I didn't study. Yeah. I didn't study, not because school was even hard, no, but just because you just didn't study, and so I didn't make it.
You tanked.
I didn't, and I flunked out of CBU, And
what's the story at home? What are people saying?
Well, what can they say? I mean, they're holding on to hope. Yeah, for them, because like I am of course, this is on my father's side. I am the first grandchild, actually. Yes,
I see.
So and I have a lot of youngsters behind me.
Okay.
So there's quite a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
So it's like they're looking up, to say, I mean, you have to make it.
Okay.
So that happens. Of course, I started losing some, can I say, faith or trust? Yeah, because of the behavior, which you can't blame anyone for. I was not trustworthy at the time. So that happened, and I said, that's 2019. I actually, now this time, I even said, I'm giving myself to Christ, like fully and intentionally. I'm going to do that.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, so I did that, and that was just the beginning. Of course, I said, you know what, I think if I continue like this, I'm not going to make it in life, or just, even if I did grow older, I would amount to nobody.
Yeah.
And I'll be begging from my youngsters.
So that moment of salvation, when does it come away? In church? Did you listen to something online, or did you have just
an epiphany?
An epiphany that comes to you, say,
yeah. So after that time, that's when I actually got into my reading. Yeah, because I come from a family of a lot, like we read a lot. So now at that point is when I actually start reading. Now I start becoming serious with myself. Okay. Yeah, and so I start reading, and as I'm reading, I get into the word. I start reading the word, and it's hitting me now. It's like, okay, I think this is where I'm going to find my comfort.
Okay, and how did that go?
How it happened?
No, like you're reading.
Yeah.
You're getting this transformation that is happening.
Yes.
Do you get the temptation to say, hello?
But
imagine. How is it easy?
No, man.
How do you stay? How are you trying to maybe abstain from
drinking?
Yes.
And smoking. So my story, actually, that was just like the beginning of it. That was just me taking the action. Okay. I was not there to say that I'm strong enough to. But I started.
Okay.
That was me starting to say, I'm going to take action and start investing in myself to do better. So I had no idea I would relapse so much. I had no idea it would take as long as it took for me to actually quit. But that was the point that I actually started saying, you know what, now I'm stopping. And you would stop. I would stop today. Maybe in 3 days I'll drink again.
So at this point of your story, I don't trust you, because I'm thinking, sure, this guy in the next chapter, he's going to jump in harder again. So at this point, is this your turning point?
This is the beginning of my turn.
The beginning of the turning point. So as you make the transition, what do you shed off? Do you shed off friends? Because if somebody's watching, if we're to learn from you, please highlight what happens.
Okay. So it's something that one has to understand why they drink. You see, because I think the big question of why we do things, I mean, is the reason behind all that.
Yeah.
And so remember, I mentioned that after high school, it became worse because, like, I had no reason. There's nothing for me to focus on. Yeah. And so I used to drink because I was just bored.
Okay.
Yes. For me, it was entertaining to just drink, on my own. Maybe watching some rugby clips, that was good enough for me. And I'm seated, I'm smoking, that's fine. I'll black out right there. Yes. And so I had to start becoming busy. Yes. And so for like you mentioned, there are people that would drink because they're depressed.
Yeah.
Yes. They need to find a way to to make sure that that is not what they think about all the time. So something that I normally advise even some of the people that I've coached out of addiction is to be constructive. One must start doing constructive work, a purpose. Yeah, with the movement that I founded. Yes, we actually started with purpose building.
Okay.
Once someone has a purpose, it's going to be very hard for them to get distracted, get off course. So that's something that we try to teach, and right now we're actually into prevention now. So yeah.
So you've highlighted that you started a movement. I was hoping you would mention the name of this movement.
Okay, so the movement is called MIK Health and Wellness.
Okay.
Yes.
MIK, M standing for?
Made in Kanchibia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Made in Kanchibia. That's the one which is there.
Yes, made in Kanchibia.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So is it a Kanchibia-based project or it's across the country?
So Kanchibia is just where I come from.
Okay.
Yes, and I just thought that something symbolic about roots and where you come from. Yes, like we can see.
Yes. I was waiting for you guys to notice. Well, those that may not know, it's happening. The biggest traditional ceremony in Africa,
Indeed.
the Nchwala, is happening. You initially say, it's the biggest that is happening. So if you notice, during this period, even the GDP of the country becomes better. Inflation. No wonder now.
Hey, no balance.
Kwacha is doing better. It's because of the Nchwala, by the way. So shout out to the Nchwala ceremony, the organizers. We did the dinner.
Yeah.
And
Yes,
we did the dinner, fundraising
nice.
dinner, and shout out to Nkosi Amakosi.
Yes,
Chief Pezeni and the respective chiefs in Eastern Province.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So to the roots.
Yes.
It's always important to do it in the roots. And talking about Kanchibia.
Yes.
Honorable Chanda.
Yes.
There's one of what meeting? I last met him last year at a meeting.
Right.
I think it was his birthday, and we sang happy birthday to him. It should have been his 40th birthday.
Yes.
He was in Lusaka, working.
Yes.
So that is one of the best constituencies that I've seen use the CDF very well, and it's going well.
Yes.
I hope one day I could have him here because I've noticed the number of schools that are being made in that district.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
So MIK, Made in Kanchibia,
Yes.
focusing on helping people that have been in this or are in the same shoes as you. Is that the primary focus?
That's what we started with, but
Okay.
we moved away from that because what's the point in treating when more are entering? So we opted to cut it at prevention.
Prevention
And
is better than the cure.
Yes, and besides, I'm a public health expert, and so our whole thing is to prevent. So that is where we are now. We actually have a football team in Kanchibia, yes, of ages 8 to 17, and they'll be playing on the youth day. So that is something that it's an entry point.
Okay.
The sport is not sport is what we use to attract them, and then we teach them now the purpose building, the respect, team learning, critical thinking. We teach them this so that they're better citizens
as they make the decision.
Yes.
I'm curious. China, you messed up your school. CBU, you don't like CBU.
Yeah.
You failed.
Yeah, flunked out
So
of it.
did you give or have you ever thought about going back to school again?
So 2019 comes and I flunk out of CBU. I actually knew that I was going to flunk out of CBU at that time. I gave my life to Christ. So I spent the whole lot of 2020 now truly focusing on myself. So like from January up to September, it was just me working hard on myself. Like I'll drink, relapse ends. I'll stop, relapse, I'll go 3 days, 2 weeks, a month. It was just like I'm going to do
it's
it.
a tussle.
Yes. And you see, you can't do it on your own. No, it's, I don't want to say never say never, but it's damn near impossible to actually just say, you know what, I'm going to do it on my own. I'm stopping now.
So it's not as easy as saying, you know what, I think Narika.
No, it's not possible.
Okay.
It's not possible. No. Then you're not addicted.
Okay.
Yes. Then you're just somebody who thinks, you know what, I don't think that alcohol is, it's good for me, then I won't take it.
Yeah.
But if you're addicted, it's part of you.
So 2020, you're still struggling.
I'm struggling with it. I'm struggling with it until September comes, and I almost ran away the night before, September 6th, because I thought I was also tired of myself. Like, I keep trying and I'm failing. So what could be the problem with me? Because people are looking down on me. I want to stop, but
I can't.
Yes. So I'm also frustrated with myself at this point. And so once I get frustrated with myself, I said, you know what? I'm running away from home. And I was drunk at that time. I said, I'm running away from home. And so I wrote a letter to my mom, and she, the moment I was just concluding.
Were you suicidal?
Suicidal, no.
Okay.
That story will come later.
Okay.
Yeah, but at that time I just thought, you know what? Let me run away from these people. I think I'm causing them too much. So let me leave home, you know. And so I wrote that letter. Immediately I finished, she walked in and I tried to close the book, and she said, "What are you writing?" I tried to, she's like, "Let me see it." And she saw it, and they started talking to me, her and my younger one. They started talking to me, and then, you know, from there I think we came to a resolve, you know, and say, okay, you know what? I think for now I'm done. Actually, I don't think I'll ever do it. So starting that should have been like 7th September 2020. I was clean, you know, moving. So when that came, New Year came, and I call him my dad, of course, but he's my uncle, and that's the honorable. Calls me, say, okay, school. You need to go to school. So where I said, okay, let me go back to Unilas for medicine again, you know, because that's something that I'm just really passionate about, health. So I December comes, January comes, and I have to now apply. So I go, because I was ready at that time. Matter of fact, I said, I don't need to wait for, I'm ready to go to any school. You know, it can be whatever, but I'm ready. You don't need to send me to the best school, whatever.
Just get me to a school.
Just get me to school, and I'll show you what I'm made of right now.
Yeah.
You know, because like you can only imagine what a full year of just working on yourself can do. It's really estimated by a lot of people. You can do so much. So that's what I said, and he said, okay, you know, I'll go to
Unilas.
Okay. Go and apply. I said, okay, great, actually. Because Unilas is the only school I ever wanted to go to.
Okay.
Yes. So he said, go and apply for medicine. So I applied for medicine. I got accepted into it. And then it was like, okay, you know what? Change to public health, because I think public health is and I up to today I always thank him for that, you know, to say, because like he directed me into it. Yeah. And public health has been the best thing that ever happened to me. Yeah. It was the best thing. So 2021,
you're in school.
I'm in school, and I'm on fire.
Fresher.
Yeah, again. And this time, you know, you would imagine, you'd think that I would be worse off compared to CBU, because now this time I find even younger ones. You get it?
The frustration, yes.
Yes. But at this time, you know, the same energy that I said, whatever school, that's what I went in, and I just said, you know, this, I'm going to take it all the way. I have to see through. You know, and so that's how I went through it. The first year was amazing. So second year comes in, and we have this rugby thing, because I'm captain now.
No.
Yeah, you know, so because I'm captain now, and we have this luncheon, you know, and this is like now this is ever since I started drinking. Now I'm like 1 year 6 months into being sober, you know. This is the best I've ever felt, you know. So we go for this luncheon, you know, and it's like, okay, you know, I'm not drinking. But then, of course, my teammates, because it was both this is Unilas rugby, so it was both the girls and guys, and so some of them are drinking, you know. So this is what happens. And then after that luncheon, they say, you know what, let's go to this other place. I think it's called Jazz. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. So we go there, you know, and I'm like, but in my mind, I knew, say, you know, it's best you go home now.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you won't be strong enough.
Yeah.
To
once you get in that environment, and
like that's
the setup, everything.
It's not good for you. I knew it, and I knew, say, you know what, where I'm going is going to be bad. But I failed to say no to myself, you know. And that's how I went there. The next thing I knew, I was having a cigarette. And then I started drinking. However, this time, the pain or sicknesses were not were not frequent. Yes. You can say that I was drinking less, but fact is that I went back. I went back, and that should have been my second year. I actually ran for vice president. Looking back, people, when I tell people about it, I ran for vice president in my second year at Unilas, and then I didn't make it. So people say that I got depressed and I started drinking.
I see.
Yes. At that time, I didn't feel it. Now, if you ask me, I wouldn't say that I was, but it could.
The
it could
possibility
be,
is
yes,
there.
the possibility is quite high. Because I was numb to it. I just, okay, you know what, it happens. We'll move on. Yeah, but I feel like that's something that someone should feel. Experience it. So that happened. So my second year, third year, my fourth year, when I was now actually again trying to quit, it became so bad again, and I actually went to write exams drunk. Yeah. Thank God I made it, with quite good grades, in those exams, but that happened.
Yeah.
So that was in my fourth year, and that continued happening. The very last time that I was drinking alcohol was right before my exams. So what happened was I started binge drinking, because at this time now I'm fighting with myself to say, you need to stop this.
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed is that whenever you're trying to stop,
the edge becomes
more, and you continue doing it more, it becomes...
It's spiritual.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, it
yes.
is spiritual.
I totally believe that. And so, it became so worse that was the first and last time I ever was binge drinking for like 2 weeks straight. So 2 weeks straight, then I get some pain in my stomach. But this pain I know is gastritis. It's no pancreatitis. So I feel it and I say, you know what, I'm in pain right now. So that day, I would be in bed like the whole day, and my mother would not say, you're not okay. So I said, okay, I'll brave it out for one day. One day I did that. The second day was still bad, Because at some point this would happen. I would even know that, okay, I'm feeling like this. I would buy some Rauso gel, and some Rufedo, drink, and it would subside. But then this happened, and it didn't stop. For 3 days I was in pain. Finally went to the hospital. I was given some fluids, and it stopped. And since now, that was 2024 December, from that time until today, I've been sober,
From 2024 December to this day.
Yeah.
That's good. I would have given you a hug, but I'm very emotional right now.
Yeah,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this guy has a question. Yes, Kato. Let's just make sure that the microphone is on. Is it working now?
No? Okay, good. So within your journey, was there a point that you were suicidal?
Oh, yes.
And the second thing, were there women involved? Because I've got an interest in that area. Because when a man is going through such a space,
right,
and you've got a girl besides you, it's either she stands down with you or she just goes and you lose out on it. So
right.
how was it like?
So with suicidal thoughts, yes, I actually, I don't know if it's most people, but I was one of the people that would say, I would never kill myself. You understand? And that thought never even crossed my mind. There was one time that I was sick in hospital in pain, and I said, I'm going to jump off this building, and because I'm in so much pain. Yes. But then the thing is that I thought to myself, say, that would be very selfish. I mean, you put yourself in that pain, and then there are people caring about you, and then you want to kill yourself again. So that I would quickly take out of my mind. But then I became suicidal. I should have been my third year at Unilas. Third year into my fourth year, because I was like, I was stuck in this place where I don't want to be, but I'm there. I was always trying to quit, but I'm still. And so, it crossed my mind, and that scared me really. It was like, what, maybe it could, and that was the only time that I was ever suicidal. So I do say yes, I was suicidal, but it was only one instant, and that instant scared me so much heavily. It moved me towards working on myself even harder. Yeah. And then for a significant other, I yes, I had a significant other at that time who, I mean, you can only imagine if family members are feeling a certain way about it. Now imagine somebody who you just meet, who you like. Well, I think at that time we had known each other 2 years or a year, and she was also just trying to figure out her life, and now there's somebody
She's
else
dealing with
yes,
that.
and so it became quite intense for her as well. So she was there, and she would have fights here and there, but I don't blame her. I don't blame her for being the way for having the outbursts that she would have at that time. Yeah, she's still around actually. Yeah. So good one
So-
for asking that.
Did you graduate? Because I'm curious. Yes, still. Did you graduate? Like,
Yeah.
did you complete your education at university?
Yes. So back to the story. This is now 2024, and this is like a week before my exams. That's when I get those the sickness, and I get treated, and I said, you know what? I think now truly, I'm suffering too much, and I said, I think I'm done with this, and before I understood why I relapsed after being sober for so long, because I thought beating something like addiction is a once off.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it. I've written this exam, now it's over. No, but it's everyday decisions you need to make. You need to be in the right places, every day. So now that's the experience that I brought on, It's like now I know what to do, so yeah, before I was very cocky about it, like, what I did it, but now it's with humility, you say it's I have to continue working every day towards being sober.
Okay.
Yes, and beating addiction. And so with that, I wrote my exams, and yeah, I graduated last year.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I graduated last year.
we're graduates of public health
Public health.
from
Yes.
Unilas.
Yes, from Unilas.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
I want us to do something.
Right.
I was getting emotional.
Right.
I want you to look in that camera, and I want you to speak to all the mothers.
Mhm.
I don't know what you have to say,
Mhm.
but your message to all the mothers is a message to the family, because you mentioned something like you can't do it alone,
No.
and there are parents that are there are two sides of the coin.
Mhm.
There is the addict, and there's the family who is investing in this person, and they keep on being disappointed.
Yes.
So, what message do we send to all the mothers, but as a symbol to all the family members who have a relative who is right now where you were back in the days?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
That camera, sir, to all the mothers.
okay, so something that I would say to all the mothers out there is that very, very few is mentioned about the mothers or the family, and that's you need to be strong, very, very strong, because the support that you see, it took me about 6 years to actually become sober. From the time that I decided I was going to stop until the time I got sober, it took a long time, and there had to be patience. So you need to be very patient. You need to know and believe who this person is. You need to see beyond them. You need to see their potential. This is something that I was always told, and so you need to continue encouraging. It's not an easy journey. I always believe that it's easier for the addict to get out of it, especially with support, but it's not as easy for the supporters to help someone out of addiction, because they don't know. You don't know what the problem is, and it's like, what did I do wrong? These are questions that my family would always ask.
Yeah.
What did I do wrong? Is there anything that I missed out? Did I teach you something? But at the end of the day is that you need to be very strong, and that is why we don't need to wait for someone to get into that, because it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It takes so much effort to get one out of that, so why not prevent? And that is why organizations that the one that I've started, and like your guest, Olivia Tutu.
Yeah, Olivia
Yes,
Tutu.
these are some of the things that we're trying to build, to engage the youth, so that we we ensure that they're busy doing purposeful work, and don't get addicted. So my words to the family is that you must be strong, you must be very supportive, and always looking at the potential of this person who's struggling, because one thing I will tell you is that they don't want to be in that position, and it's always good to have empathy towards that. We must understand that they don't want this, and we must help them out. Yes.
To the educators, the teachers like me,
Right.
Is there a role that we have to play in this whole arrangement, seeing that we spend much of the time with the children in our schools?
Yes.
So is there a role that, I don't want to speak because is there a role that educators, the schooling system, can play to address this issue? Because trust me, I believe that one of the biggest challenges that we're going to have, I would call it a pandemic in Zambia, is this issue of junkies, which is basically just substance abuse.
Yes.
And so how can us systematically as educators, what is our role? That's my question.
So, this is something that we must get to understand at the core of it all, is that as educators, you see, it's not just educating a child to write an exam.
Like I teach physics, chemistry. So as I do that, so it's more than just that.
You mean it's more complicated?
No. What I mean is, I teach sciences.
Yes.
So what I'm getting from you is it's not just about me teaching.
No,
the
exactly.
subject matter.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So we are on the same page. Yes, it's not. We don't just teach these learners about the exam. What we must do is we're educating these learners about life as well. We must incorporate, there's some core skills that a learner must understand. This is decision making, communication, things, self-esteem. They need to develop this. And so even critical thinking above all, they must be able to question when something's not right. They must have a mind of their own to say, this is not what I'm doing. And that is where the educator comes in. Most of the time is spent in school as kids, and they look up they look up to educators like yourself. You're a role model, and when you are there teaching, you must always bear in mind to say, I'm not just teaching the learners about the exam. I must teach them, even when one child makes a mistake, or a learner makes a mistake, you correct them. We must also have patience. It's the same thing that we were talking about with addiction. It's also a support. As I don't want to speak for other communities, but I know as an African community, we are literally, in the very sense, a community. And an elder is an elder. So it because you're an educator does not mean you need to stop being a parent. We must continue imparting that knowledge into the young ones. Yes, and that's basically what we have to do. And for the fact that there's more time spent with them is even better. So this and good props to you, man, who does so many things.
Yeah, we're trying. So
Yes.
we made a training program. I'm now a master trainer for
Yes, I saw
national
that.
level.
Congratulations.
The member man is challenged there. Shummuel, I don't know if you guys have any questions, but I would like us to wrap up. I told these guys that this is going to be my favorite episode. Earlier we're asking about which episode, and I think this makes sense. Why? Because this is what is happening. People are trapped, but we label them as junkies.
Yes.
And the fact that we may not know what they're going through, we may not know at what level they're in and what support and the best is just be patient and give them the support.
Yes.
And we pray that they can come out of it. And congratulations to you, man.
Thank you.
From 2024 to 2026, today is the 22nd of February, and you have been clean, which is good props. Congratulations, I'll give you.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
that's brilliant, man.
Yeah.
So to all the parents, caregivers, teachers, fathers, pastors, MPs, councillors, let's make this our mandate, that we will help people like Shummuel who have shared what their journey have been, give them platforms to speak, and let's support initiatives like MIK,
Right.
made in Kanchibia, that is helping many people. Not in a prevention is better than cure.
Yes.
So we're being proactive rather than reactive,
Yes.
in dealing with this issue. Men, thank you very much.
I appreciate
I hope we could do another episode in Kanchibia, courtesy of Honorable Sunday Chanda,
Yes.
who's doing great things. Shout out to you, Honorable, for the great things you're doing, especially in the education space.
Right.
I don't know if you have anything you'd like to say before we close.
No, I think you've summed it up for me.
My man.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much. We are grateful for the numbers we are getting. Please share these episodes, the clips that we're sending, and join our we have a WhatsApp group. Just check on the Facebook page. You can join and be part of the conversation as we highlight who's coming next on the education podcast. Shout out to our producer, Mr. Gopshots, Kato. Also, for those that would like to partner with us in terms of sponsorships, we'll put up a number. We'll put up a number on the screen. You can get in touch with us so that we could make this a weekly program,
Right.
as we speak everything with regards to education and life journey. Signing out from the Education Podcast, Mwana wa Kwitu, Andrew Banda. Happy Nchwala ceremony, Zambia.